I do. I'm just got it right here. Okay. Um, Acceptance of previous minutes. I make a motion that we accept last month's meeting.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Okay.
Passes
Minutes.
unanimously. Okay. Next item. Ben, it's up to you.
Sweet. It might look like there's something flashing in the background. There, in fact, is nothing flashing in the back. And actually, it stopped now. There is.
I
It
did,
looks like there's an automatic thing changing my lighting. There is no flashing occurring. So
I
sorry
know.
about that. If you're,
I thought it was cool. My kids would have thought it was cool, like LED lights in their
yeah,
rooms,
or a Christmas tree or something,
Yeah.
right? All
He's
right. So,
he's actually in Hooters.
oh my goodness, man, that would be very.
Oh, that wouldn't be the character of
I'm
Ben.
kidding.
No, no, not me. Um, all right, so just to jump into it here, for the update, it's a quick one this month. I spent a lot of time off for the holidays, so just catching up on that type of thing. There were two things though I did want to bring up in front of the board. Peter's going to bring up the majority of this, but just for the part that lands on me, I am following up on expired permits going to different establishments, both food and otherwise, that need to get licensed. There are some people, although every year it gets less and less, but there are some people that have not renewed their licenses and therefore are operating on an expired license. So they're where people are quickly getting that resolved, but I'll let Peter deal with the numbers of that and everything. Just letting you guys know that's been some of what I've been dealing with my time. There's been a lot of other than that, there's been a lot of routine stuff that we're doing. Nothing crazy. Now, the last thing I did want to call out is flu trends. We are unfortunately in a spike in the flu. Dragon is personally aware of this type of thing, but I'm just calling it out that this is something that DPH has been communicating to me about pretty much every day over the last week. They've been sending something out related to it. So, with that in mind, I did ask for something to be read at the select board, giving some advice to people that might be tuning in. I want to read that same thing here so that if there's anyone that does decide to tune in, whether it be now or in the future, and to see what the Hadley Board of Health suggests that we do during this flu season, that they are aware of what we're asking. And we are mirroring the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. And so what our statement is Mass Department of Public Health reports very high flu activity in cases climbing this year. It has been reported to be associated with the deaths of 3 pediatric patients. I think that's gone up since this came out. I think up by 1 in Massachusetts during recent weeks. In addition, there have been 29 adult influenza deaths reported so far this season. DPH urges everyone 6 months of age and older to stay up to date on flu and COVID-19 vaccinations. These annual shots can be given at the same visit and are available from local boards of health. That's us. So if you need any information about that, reach out. Community health centers, pharmacies, and many healthcare providers. Vaccination is especially important for people at higher risk of severe disease, including adults age 65 years and older, children between 6 months and 2 years old, and people with chronic respiratory conditions or heart disease, individuals who are immunocompromised, and people who are pregnant. The following everyday measures can help prevent this illness: staying up to date on your flu and COVID-19 vaccinations, wash hands frequently with soap and water, stay home when sick, cover coughs and sneezes, and consider wearing a mask in crowded indoor settings, especially if you or a loved one is in one of those higher risk groups. So that is the recommendation from the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. And we're hoping that people listen and do what they need to do to stay safe and healthy during this flu season.
Thank you, Ben, very much for doing that.
And
No problem.
I'd like to add that sometime last week, I don't remember when, or early this week, I put something up on our Board of Health site about the influenza spike and that it was very high. The flu activity was very high, with flu severity as high. Just gave some data and basically said it's not too late to get the vaccine.
Thank you, Margaret.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
The density of patients that are having to be hospitalized right now and evaluated in emergency departments and throughput is just really, people are really sick with it. So anything we can do to get education out there and keep people healthy, that's why we do this work. So thank you, Margaret, for doing that.
Sure. Ben, do you actually want to send me what you wrote and I can just post that up on the website too?
Sure.
I'll see if it's too redundant to what's already up there, but I think there's a lot of good stuff in there I can put up there.
Yeah, I basically synthesized a few different messages from DPH and put it into that. So yeah, I'll send it over to you. And that was also read at, like I said, the select board meeting. So hopefully, if people tune into just their general, government, the select board, or they tune into health department, they'll be able to get the same message. And yes, I will
Good.
send that over to you. I'll forward it. All right, Margaret.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep,
Is that it from you, Ben?
that's it for me. Thank you very much.
All right, Peter.
Thank you, Ben.
Uh, so to segue from what Ben was talking about with regards to permits, um, again, as far as the food establishments in Hadley, 70 out of 75 renewed on time. They sent in their applications on time. They paid on time. So we have 5 establishments that we're working with to get them caught up. Those 5 will be assessed the late charge fee of $100. It's actually, I was telling Ben the other day, I discovered that the $100 fee was actually added to what shows in PermaLink in terms of what they owe us, if they were not late. So if your fee was normally $500, in the database within Permalink, it updated itself, and it shows that that food establishment now owes us $600. So in case somebody called, Ben or me or whomever, it's like, what's my fee? What is the cost? It's $600. So, so that was something that again I was unaware of that would actually take place, but somebody was on top of it at Permalink, so as Ben mentioned, there's Ben has reached out to the 5 outliers. One of them, I went to go visit him, that particular establishment yesterday, only because that particular individual is not comfortable with the technology of going through a portal and reapplying online and paying electronically. So it's fine. We'll work with them and we should be all set. And again, the other 4, we're just waiting to see something come back in from those 4. So with regards to other businesses that we permit or license, I would say most of the haulers and most of the installers have renewed their permits with us. We've got a few others that we're chasing down a little bit, but again, for the most part, um, the 4 years or so that I've been with the Board of Health, this has been the best year in terms of people being on time, being compliant, and all this in fact, this was the year that we bumped our fees a little bit here and there, and there's been no feedback that I'm aware of that is negative. So everybody is really understanding. They understand inflationary times, and I think they also understand that again, our fees have been traditionally lower than some of the other towns. So we kind of leveled the playing field at this point.
Peter,
So-
this is all due to your hard work
Mhm.
Yeah.
over the last 4 years, and
Well,
it's
it's
really,
I appreciate the
really
feedback,
great.
but a lot of it is again leveraging the technology that we have, and we started off a little slow with the software that we have for permitting, and little by little, incrementally every year, it's gotten better, and we kind of had to push the vendor along a little bit, but it's working pretty well now. So
So, Peter, we have 75 food vendors that we license.
yes.
I'm surprised. Emma, didn't we used to have well over 100?
I think we have had people drop out. Plus, this isn't any of those single day permits or mobile food permits yet, typically.
Right, okay,
So it's those single day
yeah,
events that really,
it's all the
got it.
brick and mortar guys. It's all the
Also,
brick and mortar businesses.
Also, I will bring up that when I first joined, there were some food licenses that we issued that were for prepackaged, shelf-stable, and
correct.
commercially produced food. And unfortunately, we didn't have the legal standing to do that anymore.
Okay,
So we had
okay,
to remove them because they
okay.
used to be part of the code. But
Mhm.
then the code was changed, and then it
So
wasn't.
how about like a place like Cumberland Farms, or are they still,
So for the food that they make, like the pizza and stuff like that, they need it. But any of the prepackaged foods that they have, they don't need the permit for that.
okay,
Yeah,
So
all
as
right,
long as it's
that,
commercially produced is the rule.
that's a great question, Susan. We do permit them for food. We also permit them for as a tobacco retailer.
okay, thanks.
And uh, they're up to date on both, quite frankly,
Okay,
which is great.
great,
So we don't have to chase them down or anything like that. So it's really great.
great. We got a
Um,
tight ship going here
yeah, it's
with Ken and Peter.
the result in terms of cash receipts. Again, last year we collected the entire fiscal year $50,000. We're halfway through the fiscal year, and we've collected $41,000 already. So, and that
Nice.
doesn't mean that the second half of the year we'll collect another $41,000. But as Ben knows, a lot of the Title V stuff really will not start happening
And
until the spring.
until like April, May.
Yeah, and then we've got the Asparagus Festival and the food trucks and all that. So, we have kind of an unwritten goal of reaching the $60,000 plateau this fiscal year, and I'm pretty confident we're actually going to hit it.
Excellent.
So, so it's all good at this point. Um, the other thing that I want to mention is the budgeting process. There's been really no heavy movement, if you will, in terms of the budgeting for fiscal year 27, partially because a couple of the key players in all of those conversations have been out ill the last week or two. So, but there's been some outreach by our treasurer to the department heads, asking them to go ahead and set up meetings with her and with the interim town manager. So I know Ben will be participating in that probably next week, I guess. But
Great.
so it's nothing's really happened. The needle has not moved from where we were, a month ago, let's say. So the only other thing that I had, and this is just kind of like a current event, if you will, I saw on the television news just before we got onto the Zoom meeting that Congress approved reinstating the ACA subsidies for ACA members, and they're just waiting for the Senate to either go along with them or not. So the first step again was the House of Representatives, and they approved it, and it was a bipartisan approval, which was really encouraging. So we'll see what happens later this week with the Senate. If they approve it, then great, because I know in Massachusetts we've had 10,000 people not re-enroll in the ACA coverage or Obamacare coverage. That's a problem. I mean, that's a problem nationwide. So again, if the subsidies come back, that would be great. People will be insured again. They'll start going to the doctors again, and get flu shots again, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned. Other than that, that's all I've got.
Great job.
Any other business?
We just had the town nursing update, and Marcy's not here.
And then in terms of any other business that couldn't be reasonably anticipated, I did not even think of it because I'm on this board. But my co-leader for Girl Scouts, Kathy Bozick, and I and Megan and Ella are actually meeting with the climate committee later tonight because our troop is really looking forward to partnering with the town for projects for sustainability or environmental health. And one of Kathy's ideas is what could possibly Girl Scouts partner with the Board of Health on and the health department in terms of like aiding our community, whether it's like a hand washing workshop was her initial idea, but like more to come and any ideas is great. And I know probably not just our own troop, but other troops in Hadley Girl Scouts would also like to partner with that.
That would be
Cool.
great.
Good.
Very welcome.
That's it for the agenda items. Any other?
Let's set the time for our next meeting and then we can adjourn.
So we have a Zoom meeting, we have a Zoom link for February, which is the 8th. I'll send that out.
I have it down as February 12th in
Oh,
my
I'm sorry. You
calendar.
know what? I'm looking at the January. Yep.
It's a team sport, Margaret. None of us are perfect.
So, yeah, it is the 12th. I
Okay.
will be out of the country then. And Peter, can you take the minutes at that time? I will have already, I'll post the agenda online before I go. So I hope people will send in their items to me
Okay.
before then. I actually leave on that Wednesday. So I will post to our website no later than February 9th, that Monday. So if all agenda items can be into me by then.
Will do. Thank you
Yep.
very much, Margaret.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
taking the minutes will be no big deal. And again, it'll be 100% Zoom again. There'll be no hybrid.
Right. And it's so helpful with the recording to be able to do the minutes from
Yeah.
the Zoom recording.
Super
Yep.
easy.
All righty. It is 6:45. I make a motion that we end the meeting.
Second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Yes.
All right, everybody. Good to see everyone.